Burying a child is something that no parent should ever have to do. Unfortunately, Diane Grossman knows that all too well. In 2017, her world was flipped upside down when her then 12-year-old daughter, Mallory, took her own life because of bullying. Diane decided she didn't want her daughter to die in vain, so she vowed to make a change in her name.
The Grossmans were your typical American family, small business owners raising 2 daughters in New Jersey, including their oldest, Mallory.
She was just a normal, everyday 12-year-old kid. She loved gymnastics, she loved cheerleading, she loved making crafts. So she's just your all-American little girl.
Life looked perfect, but things aren't always as they seem.
So it started in 5th grade. We started to see her come home and tell stories of these girls at school and kind of say things to me that I didn't find to be particularly kind or necessarily, I wouldn't encourage that friendship. I had emailed the guidance counselor and said, listen, I want to make sure that this group of girls, it didn't seem like they were really meshing. And I tried not to be, as I refer to, as that mom.
Despite the regular contact with the school, the questionable behavior turned into behavior Diane thought had crossed the line into bullying.
Behavior that I would refer to as bullying style behavior really ramped up and started in September. And that's when we started really emailing the school. We started to ask for things like a HIB, which is a New Jersey statute, which stands for harassment, intimidation, and bullying. That's our anti-bullying law. And every time I did bring that up, it was fought back with, well, Miss Grossman, kids will be kids.
Being punished for being victimized was devastating to Mallory, but she found strength, opening up to her mum and sharing more of what she'd been going through.
So I remember being at McDonald's with Mallory, and she finally broke down and shared the images of her online where they were cyberbullying her.
Mallory and her parents had a heated 3-hour meeting with school staff.
They just put the responsibility on the victim. It's like asking the rape victim, what were you wearing and how much you had to drink, rather than discipline the girls or actively taking the New Jersey HIB seriously. So as we left, we knew that meeting was a complete waste of time. We came home, not thinking anything.
It felt like a defeat. Without support, Mallory spiraled. The entirety of Mallory's pain would only be revealed in tragedy.
And then Seth called me and said, you have to come home. He said, Mallory hurt herself. And I thought she was jumping on the trampoline. I said, well, then take her to the doctor. I'm thinking she rolled her ankle or something. And he said, you don't understand. The paramedics are working on her now. I tell every parent, Mallory's first attempt was her only attempt.
Refusing silence, Diane and her family became advocates for kids everywhere.
That's why we chose to speak out. I think that parents need to understand the gravity of what our children are experiencing at school. It's reported that 1 in 4 children are bullied at school. If you're told every day how horrible you are and that you don't fit in and you're being told this by your peers, you can't help but begin to believe it.
The Grossmans and Mallory's Army, the advocacy group founded in Mallory's memory, have created important change in New Jersey.
It became the bullying movement of Me Too, and I started getting emails and messages from other families. My child is experiencing the same thing, and so I think Mallory's Army just grew organically because the community was looking for a platform to express their frustrations. I didn't realize that there was an entire community out there.
After a long legal battle with the Rockaway Township School District, the Grossmans won their lawsuit and were awarded $9 million.
And because there was such incredible documentation, and I say that to every parent, if you're going through this, document everything, put things in writing. And I guess for some reason I knew to do those things, and because of that, we were able to settle with the school system.
Diane's message to parents and their children is simple.
Behavior is the one thing that we can do today to change everything, to walk a little softer, to teach our children to be respectful to one another. We can change our behavior today, and we can choose our behavior. So it's the one thing that we can do.